It's a delight to welcome you to yet another edition of NAFDAC and Your Health, brought to you by NAFDAC, that agency that has the constitutional mandate to safeguard the health of Nigerians by ensuring that only wholesome food products, as well as quality and approved drugs, cosmetics, and medical equipment are made available for their use. I am Amanda Ugo. Today on NAFDAC and Your Health, our focus shifts to the efforts of NAFDAC at ensuring the development of local medical devices manufacturing companies, the international recognition NAFDAC has earned on these efforts, and the level of success the agency has been able to record in the process. And then we'll move on to feature 2 of the medical devices manufacturing companies and how far they have been able to evolve in terms of production capacity and international standards. Developing local manufacturing capacity and reducing the nation's dependence on import, particularly of goods that the nation can harness her resources, manpower, and regulatory metal to make come to reality are part of the germane areas of concern for Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, the Director General of NAFDAC. This, apart from creating employment and helping to increase the country's level of dependence on the importation of these goods, will also improve the country's rating before the World Health Organization and in the Committee of Regulatory Bodies globally. Part of the goods under NAFDAC's regulatory purview that the agency has made quite remarkable and highly visible efforts on in this regard are medical devices.
In terms of medical devices, which include syringes, in vitro diagnostics, NAFDAC has to be audited using international standards by WHO. For the first time in the history of the organization, NAFDAC is going to be audited for medical devices to show where to let us know where we are. NAFDAC became a member of International Medical Devices Regulatory Forum, I believe March of this year. Again, we have so many regulatory agencies in the world, only handful in the IMDRF. I went with 2 directors, in terms of registration and laboratory, to present to IMDRF in Washington, D.C. And we showed them what we have been doing. They didn't have to give us affiliate membership, but they saw what we have been doing and they gave us affiliate membership. It is a great record for us. So, based on what they have seen, in fact, the deputy director in charge of medical devices went for a meeting about a month ago. Out of the blue, somebody said, "Wow, NAFDAC is great," sending me email. I'm taking the picture of the deputy director presenting at that forum. I think it's Canada or something. That is what we are trying to do as part of unlocking the value chain. Bear in mind, we have a minister, or we have ministers, the coordinating minister of health and social welfare and the coordinating minister of state for health and social welfare. They are pushing local manufacturing to unlock the value chain, to make drugs, medicine, medical products accessible. Quality medicine, quality medical products, medical devices, and in vitro accessible to our people.
Professor Mojisola Adeyeye has over the years identified and monitored closely the advancement of the medical devices manufacturing company perceived to possess the potentials of raising the bar to the aspired standards, and with strict monitoring and ensuring good manufacturing practice compliance, huge successes have been recorded. The challenge posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, which re-echoed the need for the nation to be self-reliant in the area of medical devices, was also a catalyst that expedited the advancement of the local medical devices manufacturing companies.
We also have ceiling 34. 34 drugs that cannot be imported into the country, because we have capacity to do it, and because we are also hard on our manufacturers in terms of GMP compliance. So this is still the same with medical devices. It's a new area for us. The pandemic showed us our picture, how deficient we are as a continent in medical devices and in vitro diagnostics. So after the pandemic, we started stepping up. Now, what we do is we handhold our manufacturers. When you are handholding, you are being hard on them in a way, because you are inspecting them, you are testing, telling them this is not right, this is not right. You go and inspect again. The frequency of inspection is higher than the regular inspection, just to be sure that we have quality product that can be pre-qualified by WHO or that can be traded globally if it is approved by FDA and whatnot.
Of special focus has been the syringes manufacturing companies, determined to ensure that syringes of good quality that meet international standards are produced in Nigeria. The NAFDAC DG was relentless in her drive to ensure the companies are developed and enhanced to begin production to international acceptability, and today, these efforts have yielded quite encouraging and gladdening results.
There used to be maybe 5 or so, but because we were so dependent on import, some of those closed. And we said no. This minister said no. We will make sure that these companies get to a level where they can be approved. They will use ISO standard. They are already applying for. Some of them are using ISO 9001 and 13485. That is what are needed for medical device. One from Lagos, one from Ilorin, Afri Medical from Lagos and Shagamu area, and HMA from Ilorin.
NAFDAC and Your Health continues after the short break. Welcome back. You are still watching NAFDAC and Your Health. The concerted efforts of the current Director General of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, at encouraging the development of local medical devices manufacturing companies and generally boosting local production of the products under her agency's regulatory purview has recorded exponential successes and has repositioned NAFDAC and indeed Nigeria in the area of production of medical devices globally. The story of Afrimedical Manufacturing and Supplies Limited is one of the success stories.
Afrimedical is a sister company to Meccano International Limited. So we have the background of the industry in Nigeria and the know-how of the business, and we are well reputed company. So we saw also, our chairman saw the gap in the country of needles and syringes. So he decided actually to go and open the biggest manufacturing company in Africa with a production of 1.8 billion syringes per annum. It's a huge capacity. Very, I can say maybe none has this capacity worldwide as one facility, not as a company, but as a one facility in one place. It is one of the biggest facilities of syringe manufacturing companies worldwide.
The enviable status Afrimedical Manufacturing and Supplies Limited has attained today has not been without the staunch support and visionary regulatory guidance of Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, who, out of her passion to see Nigeria's local medical device manufacturing industry grow, paid visits to the company to monitor the metamorphosis of the company. Today, Afrimedical Manufacturing and Supplies Limited has evolved and continues to evolve into the envisioned dream.
This is a company that is one of the best in the world. Right now, we are the highest in Africa, with a capacity of 1.8 billion syringes annually. We are a company that deals with syringe manufacturing. We produce about 5 types of syringes, starting from 0.5, 2 ml, 5 ml, 3 ml, and 10 ml syringes. Our product is one of the best because we adhere to international standard. Right now, we are certified both on ISO 9001 2015 Quality Management System and ISO 13485 2016 Quality Management System for medical devices. So in Nigeria right now, we are one of the 6 manufacturing companies of medical devices that are ISO certified on 13485.
I want to attest to the qualities of these products and to assure that to the best, as much as humanly possible, the company is doing everything to ensure that the products come out with very high quality. I'm really very experienced, in the area of medical devices, and I've seen a couple of facilities, outside Nigeria, and I can confirm that I'm proud to be a Nigerian and also proud that we have this type of facility here in Nigeria. It ranks amongst, the world's best, in terms of layout, in terms of structure, in terms of equipment, in terms of processes, and in terms of personnel, and even in terms of the quality of the final products. From the beginning to the end, everything is done in line with international standards, and the company complies with all the required standards, in terms of requirements that are expected to be met.
We established a quality management system flow that where all this interaction of different sections comes together and to produce, at the end of the day, quality products, which at every stage, quality management checkmates everything from raw material, income to inspection, quality checks. From after that, when it enters into production, the quality check with in-process quality check, checking the parameter against what is being produced. Then after that, to the packaging area, after assembly and blistering to packaging area. All this process, we have quality at every point in time. And as a compliance and internal process auditor, what we do, we check their documentation, we check their process. As you know, it has to do with good manufacturing practice all through. That is the people, the process, the documentation, and also the premises.
I would like to thank and appreciate Professor Mojisola Adeyeye. She has been so supportive to us. She's been following and always asking and following up on the support of local manufacturing of medical devices. She is the one who supported us with, first of all, she visited us more than 2-3 times here to make sure that the company is running. There is life in this industry, and she's supporting us on the VAT, on the duties, that she's always following up with the other ministries. She's taking it as it's her own industry. So and also the banning of syringes and the renewal of other licenses to the importation, she has stopped it effective 31 of December 2024. So with the hope that she's giving to us and the support that she's giving to us, I think 2025 should be a promising year to this industry.
However, the company, in spite of the huge investment targeted at enhancing the plight of Nigeria and the medical needs of the Nigerian people, still face challenges that include poor patronage.
One of the challenges we are having is that most of the syringes in the country are being smuggled into the country, whereby making the locally produced ones, like ours, look as if we are on a high side in terms of cost of production. Why is it is so? Because our products are all medical grade and approved from international bodies. So when you compare the cost of production and what they are smuggling into the country, which is substandard, the demand on the other side is on a high side.
Another medical device manufacturing company that has ridden on the readiness and commitment of the current NAFDAC DG to throw her weight in her capacity as the Director General of NAFDAC behind the development of local production is HMA Medical Limited. The company, apart from manufacturing syringes, also manufactures needles. Mr. Mubarak Shitu, the Group Executive Director of the company, gives the background of the company.
We came in, invested in the sector, and came with a capacity of about 1 million syringes a day. To our surprise, we realized that we couldn't utilize up to 20% of that capacity because there was a lot of influx of syringes, substandard syringes into Nigeria, especially from Asia. Asia has a deliberate policy to subsidize syringes coming into Nigeria and other African countries by over 20% because those syringes are being produced in spaces that are not really regulated. They are export zones. We visited them and we understand what they do. They don't follow the good manufacturing practices, that are required to produce quality products. And we started suffering, this bad fate.
HMA Limited has today, despite all the challenges faced, has ramped up its production capacity to 3 million syringes and 6 billion needles per day. These syringes produced amounts to over 1 billion in a year out of the 2.5 billion syringes Nigeria needs in a year, and all these syringes and needles are of international standards. The company aims to be a net exporter of syringes to the West African zone. Mr. Michael Omosibi, the company's group technical assistant, takes us through the company's facility and the production processes.
Here, what we produce is syringes and needles of various sizes and various needle gauges. My name is Michael Omosibi, the technical advisor for HMA Medical Limited, and have the honor and pleasure of running you through our production processes today. Now we are about entering into our assembly area. The process starts from having the jig. The jig is where the cannulas and the hubs are assembled. Now, once the cannula and the hub are assembled on the jig, the process moves to the place where we have the bonding. The bonding process is done using epoxy glue. This glue bonds the the cannula with the hub. And once that is done, it goes through a curing process. After the curing process, where the bonding process is ensured that it is intact without the needle, that is the cannula, breaking away from the hub. Once this is done, it goes into the intelligence station. At the intelligence station, the basic thing there is to detect if there's any needle or that is defective. Every needle that is defective is automatically noted by the intelligence station machine, and these are taken out automatically. Aside this, we have the quality assurance team also monitoring the produced needle, but they import their needle. We assemble, we have the cannula, which is the metallic part of the needle. Then we assemble it to capacity to produce. For that particular unit, each of the machine has the capacity to produce 2 million needles per day, and we have 3 of such machines. I'm glad to let you know that this facility is currently ISO 9001:2015 certified, and we are ISO 13485:2016 MDQMS certified. And I'm also glad to let you know that we are equally a CE Mark certified facility.
Today, despite all the challenges, we've ramped up capacity to over 3 million syringes, a day. Nigeria requires about 2.5 billion syringes a day, and amongst all the manufacturers, 3 that are still running today, we have over 2.5 billion capacity, and our organization produces over 1 billion syringes, in a year. By if you extrapolate 3 million a day and over 300 days of production. So there's local capacity to manufacture syringes, quality products for the use of Nigerians, and our aim is to be a net exporter, of syringes, to the West African zone.
The growth of HMA Limited has not been a smooth ride. The company faced challenges, and even currently, the company is still bedeviled by a number of worrying challenges that are clogs in the wheel of the company's progress.
The challenge we have is that a lot of our machines that you can see are currently idle. We have the capacity to produce, but the demand is not there, majorly due to the issues of importation and other issues that affect the sales of this material. So you can see several of the machines that are lying idle. And once the machines is idle, definitely the workforce will also be redundant. And the collaboration with NAFDAC has really helped us to increase our productivity, help us to also increase our capacity in the area of quality products coming out of our facility.
In all, the company has every reason to be thankful to Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, the Director General of NAFDAC.
And we urge, the government and thank the DG of NAFDAC, Professor Mojisola Adeyeye, for the good work. Since we met her, since the industry encountered her, we've understood another side of NAFDAC. That NAFDAC is not there to witch hunt, manufacturers. They are there to help us grow in capacity and hold us, link us to international agencies, link us to and train us on best practices, that we could adopt to be more efficient and more productive as organization.
The medical device manufacturing industry, and indeed the local manufacturing industry as a whole, has great potentials to grow and subsequently help advance the economy of Nigeria if we as Nigerians could appreciate, encourage and patronize locally produced goods and resource our dependence on foreign made and imported goods. NAFDAC will continue to encourage, support policies that will help the growth of local manufacturing of goods under her regulatory purview. That is all we have for you on this edition of NAFDAC and Your Health. We'll be back again next week with another incisive package. But before then, why not join NAFDAC in the efforts to nip the menace of fake, substandard or unapproved food products, drugs, cosmetics and medical equipment in the bud? If you have any information on these criminal acts, please reach out to NAFDAC.
You can reach NAFDAC via toll-free numbers. For inquiries, call 0700 162 3322. For complaints, call 0800 162 3322. You may also email NAFDAC at nafdac.gov.ng. If you have complaints about any form of misconduct, you can reach the Reforms Unit via email, reforms@nafdac.gov.ng, or call the Reforms hotlines on 0909 763 0506 or 0909 763 0507. NAFDAC, customer focused, agency minded.
Let us join hands to safeguard the health of Nigerians. Do not be a party to the production, importation, distribution, marketing, advertising or selling of unwholesome food products, fake or substandard drugs, cosmetics and medical devices. By doing so, you are endangering the lives of the Nigerian people. Till we meet again next week, stay healthy.